So close to the election, we're very concerned that the voters may not receive the full plurality of voices that they deserve to hear. Voters need to be able to share and receive information freely from multiple sources so that they can receive the most information and then be adequately informed to make decisions that are going to have tremendous impact on their future.
A delegation from the International Press Institute and the Africa Media Initiative has called on government to open the Post newspapers immediately. The delegates are in the country as part of a joint emergency press freedom mission in which they have met with representatives from government, the leading opposition party, the Post, the judiciary, civil society and foreign diplomatic missions to discuss the closure of the Post newspapers. At a media briefing in Lusaka, International Press Institute Executive Board Chairperson John Yearwood says the closure of the Post is critical if Zambians are to vote in an atmosphere that is free and fair.
Zambia, as many of you know, has enjoyed a reputation as a leader in respect for democracy and human rights in the region. But recent events have cast a troubling shadow over that reputation. Voters need and deserve to hear a full range of voices as they decide their future. The Post has played a vital role in providing an alternative to government-dominated mass media. Unshackling that voice is critical if Zambians are to vote in an atmosphere that can be deemed free and fair. The sooner that this issue is resolved, and the sooner that the Post and all journalists who choose to play such a role are allowed to do so freely, the better.
The delegation have, however, made recommendations to government, as Wangeti Mwangi, who is the African Media Initiative Senior Advisor, explains.
Zambia's government to, one, immediately drop all criminal charges against Mr. Membe and the others charged with him, and to hold accountable all those responsible for assaults on Mr. Membe and his team. Number two, allow all media outlets to operate independently and to cover all parties contesting the upcoming elections in a free and fair manner. Number three, ensure that the Zambia Revenue Authority, as well as other government entities, are allowed to fulfill their statutory functions without political interference. Number four, respect the independence of the judiciary and of the Revenue Appeals Tribunal, and play a leadership role in encouraging the Zambia Revenue Authority, as well as other parties in proceedings before these bodies, to respect and comply with their decisions. Number five, come together with representatives of all political parties that are contesting the upcoming elections to denounce political violence and pressure that seems to be targeting journalists. And number six, publicly reaffirm the vital role of media freedom to democracy and ensure that all government officials respect it in line with Zambia's domestic and international human rights commitments, and refrain from bringing pressure to bear on media outlets. We further call on the Zambia Revenue Authority and the Post to heed the decision of the Revenue Appeals Tribunal and work together to ensure that that decision is carried out.
And International Press Institute Director for Advocacy and Communications, Stephen Ellis, has charged that the closure of the Post is not about tax, based on the fact that other media outlets are not subjected to the aggressive efforts by the Zambia Revenue Authority.
Based on all of the circumstances, it does not appear to be based on the tax issue solely, because if it was based solely on the tax issue, they would be allowed to operate, generate revenue, they could sit down with the authority, and they could determine how much taxes are owed. That has not happened. At this point, it appears that they're not able to sit down with the Revenue Authority to determine how much is owed, and they're being prevented from reporting. And that, coupled with the other factors, leads us to the only conclusion that there must be some other issue at play.
On 1st June 2016, The Zambia Revenue Authority closed the Post's offices and printing press and seized its assets over disputed tax dates. Henry Ngosa reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.